Good morning, everyone. I'm going to call this Works Committee to order. Are there any disclosures? Oh, roll call first. See? I'm already not following the rules. And we are all here, which is very exciting. Now, are there any disclosures of interest? Seeing and hearing none. So we're going to pass this off to Ramesh. We have some new directors.
Yeah, through the chair, it's my honor to recognize a couple of new additions to the senior leadership team in the Works Department. I'll start with Dan Wachter. Dan is our new Director of Capital Projects Delivery, so he's the one you have to hold to account on delivering capital projects in an expedited manner. Dan has been with us for like over 2 decades, and he's had his hands in construction of many linear and vertical facilities across the region, and welcome, Dan. And the second is David Dunn. Like, he took my previous position. He's the new Director of Transportation and Field Services. He's been with us for about 18 years now, or close to 20 years. And you would have known Dan in his role as the manager of the Rapid Transit Office over the last 5 years, where he's done a lot of good work on Highway 2, and he's advancing a lot of work on Simcoe BRT as well. And he'll be responsible for operating and maintaining the regional road network and the underground water and sewer infrastructure network. Welcome, David. Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure to work with you all, and I get only a couple decades of experience each, so you're fairly new here, so that's good. Anyway, hey, thanks for being such an important part of the team, and it's great that you've built your team out. Good work, Ramesh. All right, let's run down to, let's jump to election of the Works Committee. Thanks, Sarah, for making sure I stay on track. I appreciate it. So I believe we have a nomination for vice chair, and that's Brian Nicholson. Go ahead, Brian.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to note before I make the nomination that I've got my computer fixed, so you now can see my happy face electronically.
We
I'd like
thank
to
you so
move-
much for that.
I want to move the nomination of Councillor Tito Dante Marin Pietri for vice chair.
Okay, are there any additional nominations? Oh, you want to second that? Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Any additional nominations? I don't see any hands on the screen or other hands. So motion to close nominations. Moved by Councillor Lee, seconded by Councillor Mulcahy. Okay, all in favor? That's carried. And then all in, what's that? Well, I know he's going to stand. Okay, will you stand for the position? Sounds good. All right, all in favor of Councillor Marin Pietri being the vice chair? And I see all hands. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to have you serve for the last 2 years, and looking forward to the next 2. Thank you very much. And Happy New Year, everyone. All right, so let's go down the agenda to Works. Oh, thanks. My good, I'm failing miserably today. It's my first meeting back. All right, so 4.1, it's the adoption of the minutes from December the 4th. Okay, moved by Councillor Lee, seconded by Councillor Mulcahy. All in favor? That's carried. Now, I really wanted to get to 9.1. So now we're at 9.1A. This is the correspondence from Town of Whitby, December the 19th. Okay, moved by Councillor Mulcahy. Do you want to speak to it or no? Okay, do you want to hit the request? Go ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So this was something that came about in Whitby for some of our gateway features in our community are sort of crumbling. And I know that there were motions put out that we just pay and fix it, and there's a bit of opposition to that because clearly we're taking on responsibilities on private properties or on regional properties. So there needed to be a conversation had. So this is really just, can we have that conversation about what the cost sharing could look like, or if there's a grant program that we can put forward to share the cost with a resident that perhaps has a $60,000 feature on on the corner of their house that needs to be removed because it's crumbling. So it's just a bit overwhelming for some of those unique residents, and there's a handful of them. So we'll just, leave it with staff to sort of have a conversation. That's it.
Okay, and could we get a seconder for that?
I'll second.
Vice Chair? Okay, great. Ramesh, do you want to speak to it at all, or are you good?
No. Well, it's something we've had in the to-do list. I think it's more specific to Whitby and maybe a bit in Oshawa, most of the legacy ones, right? Like, and I've had some conversations with the CEO of Gaskell as well, Matt Gaskell, and we will certainly review, like, I think the way we will deal with this is like, we do meet with my counterparts, like, quarterly. I'll put this on the agenda item and report back.
Amazing.
Thank you.
And just maybe a friendly amendment, can we make sure that we talk to planning at lower and upper tier, just on what types of things we approve in the future to make sure that we don't have some legacy assets that will continue to be an issue? Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Anyone else want to speak to this? Okay. So all in favor of the motion? That's carried. Thank you very much. All right. So then we have 9.2 A, B, and C. Can we get a mover and seconder for that and then see if there's any polls? So Councillor Lee and Councillor Marion Pietri. Does anyone have any polls on those? I think Councillor Foster does. Go ahead, Adrian.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Chair. I've got 3 quick questions on each one of them, like one each.
Okay, so
if we can pull all 3, that would be great.
So again, when we spoke on the way down, when you told me about this, so you're the new guy and you're gonna pull all of the reports. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm going to pull all of them. I'm going to keep us here for at least 3.5 hours. They are difficult, detailed questions. Ramesh, careful. But yeah,
It's a pleasure to have you part of the team.
and Happy New Year.
Okay, so polls on item A. Go ahead, Mayor Foster.
Yeah, so just on item A, Ramesh, it seems to me that planning a trail is a whole lot easier than planning a trunk sanitary sewer, and yet we're giving the work to the guy. So I get the sole source, but it feels a little bit like a tail wagging a dog, maybe. And I'm certain that you've got a great answer for that.
Yeah, ideally, we would have included this as part of the RFP, but like, when the city issued the RFP in 2022, like this project was still like, not fully conceived. And then we did have a conversation in 2023 when we did the DC background study. That's when this came to our front burner, and we had a choice of doing our own RFP and a separate tender, and then we went with this. Still, design is still a small component. It's really the tender is going to be in a single tender, both the trail and the contract and the trunk sewer. So yeah, ideally we probably would have bundled it into the same RFP, but I think the real cost is in the tender where it's going to be combined.
Yeah, and that's great, but it just does seem, again, and I can tell you how many sanitary trunk sewer projects I have run. It's a very round number. It, again, just seems odd that a trail seems simpler, but thank you, happy with the answer and the recommendation. Mr. Chair, do you just want me to move to B and C, or do you want to?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Sure. So so Ramesh, again, back to you. The lease renewals, we don't have the costs, what the costs were, where the costs are. So have there been any significant price escalations? And there, again, not much we can do given the timeline on this. I think you've got to the end of February, but have there been reasonable increases? I think we did a 1-year contract, as I recall, and 4 before that.
Through the chair, the new cost is, I think, about $2,000 per month, and I'll refer to Christine on what it used to be and what the escalation is. Christine, please.
Through the chair, the old rates were just about half of this. The Brook hired an appraiser to determine market rates, and so this is why the rates have changed significantly. But the old rates were just about half of what it is now proposed.
I'm sorry. So do I understand that the costs have doubled for this?
Approximate, yes.
Yeah, so they've gone from about 1,000 a month to 2,000. Adrian.
So I guess moving ahead, and again on this one, we really, we don't have time to go to market, and it's entirely possible that that looking for space just doesn't exist. But I wonder if moving ahead, where there is a significant increase with double, as staff are aware of it, that we maybe take a peek around the area, see if there's something else that's suitable on that. Okay, that's fine. And again, I don't know how we vote against this given the timeline. And lastly, Ramesh, really quickly on the declaration of significant weather events. I assume that we are coordinating with local municipalities on that as well. It would be somewhat confusing if we've got regional roads closed or open and local roads closed versus open.
Through the chair, yeah, our standard operating procedure would require us to coordinate with the local municipality. For example, last week, when Brock Township declared a significant weather event in the township, we were coordinated. Obviously, the region didn't. I guess we have different capabilities, nor did we have that authority until now. But we do coordinate with the local depots as well.
Okay, I expected that answer, but I wanted to make sure. Mr. Chair, that is the full depth of my questioning at this point. Thank you.
Okay, hey, thank you very much. All right, so there were not any friendly amendments or anything, so I think everything still stands. We still have our mover and seconder support the motion. All right, so all in favor? All right, that's carried. Thank you so much. All right, we're down to other business. Yeah, go ahead.
Through the chair, just a reminder, March 30 to April 2nd is the Good Roads Conference, but April 2nd is the Works Committee, but typically, that's the way it's been. So if anyone is interested in registering for the conference, please reach out to me and we can make arrangements. If you need accommodations as well, they do go fast, but let us know and we can do it.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you very much. All right, let's go with Councillor Lee first. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. And in the same vein of welcoming new directors, I think we should also welcome new committee members to this committee.
Oh, thank you very much.
Why, thank you all. Thank you. Okay, thank you all.
So do you want to welcome the new members, Councillor?
Yeah, absolutely. To all the new members on this committee, we're very proud to have you on the Works Committee. We do really hard work here, and we'll continue to do so. But all joking aside, very happy to be on this new committee, get this new experience, and see how the sausage is made, so to speak. So looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you, Chair.
Hey, and thank you very much. Again, I'm a little off my game here this morning, but what's great about the Works Committee is that this is where the real work happens, right? This is where we're doing road construction. This is, and again, you're not a committee member, so you do have to speak after us, Councillor McDougall. But this is where we're doing roads progress. This is where we're making sure that our communities are safe from whether they're walking to school or when we get an ice storm or a storm like what they had in Beaverton last week. This is where that stuff happens. So when we're building the communities, we need to make sure that they're connected to water, connected to sewer, and really proud of the work we do here and extremely proud of the team. All right. Anything else to add, Councillor Lee? Okay. Councillor Marin Pietri, go ahead, sir.
Well, seeing as Councillor Lee welcomed himself, I actually get the honor of doing it on behalf of the entire committee and the department, through you, Mr. Chair, because that's what I wanted to do to Councillor Lee and Councillor Foster and those who are listening in today. But specifically on the heels of what Commissioner Jagannathan mentioned in terms of the conference that's coming up, I know that the committee is often one that's made proud by the work that's done by, you've got new incoming directors, so we want to welcome you, but your staff on the front lines do a great deal of work that is recognized at a high level at this conference. And I hope that we can, as committee members and anyone else that's a part of the region that's able to make it through you, Mr. Chair, that day, it would be nice to show our support for the work and the recognition that's been provided. So on behalf of everyone, welcome to the new committee members, to the new directors, and everyone, Happy New Year. I know 25 is going to be a challenging year, but that's because we've got a lot of work that happens here. I know that there's a committee member from the Finance Committee that's going to help us bring us money to the forefront so that we can get some projects done. So thank you.
Okay, and again, the other new member, Mayor Foster, go ahead, sir.
Well, Chair Barton, I was a little confused when you were talking about the Works Committee and what they do. So I thought that Works Committee, works was a verb, not a noun. And it was just implicit that this is the committee. So yeah, I will leave it at that.
And any second thoughts, Councillor Foster? Are you looking to change committees? Because Chair Henry is here, and he can probably he might be able to make some magic happen if you need it. Oh, just a second. Go ahead,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, hang on, I know that this is, as I said, that was always my understanding of this committee.
And in all seriousness, it is nice to have a member from Clarington on this, and we wanted Willie, but the fact that we've got you is just fine as well, Mayor Foster.
I gotta say, careful what you wish for.
And we also do try to have some fun here as well, folks. So again, thanks for allowing me some flexibility with how we run these meetings. All right. I don't see any additional hands for other business. The date of our next meeting is February the 5th. Happy for a motion to adjourn unless there's any additional business. Oh, Chair Henry, go ahead, sir.
I'll give you a motion to adjourn.
Okay. Hey, thank you very much. And seconded by Councilor Makahi. All right. All in favor of adjournment? That's carried. Hey, thank you very much, everyone, and have a safe day.